I'm very pleased to be introducing our guest speaker, Chef Babette. She is a world-class healthy chef, fitness expert, and motivational speaker. She runs a successful restaurant, all vegan, Stuff I Eat, and has a loyal fan base of social media outlets participating in health summit events around the country. She is a force of nature who seems to be able to do it all and transformed her life at the young age of 40. Chef Babette has appeared on such shows as The Chew in the new HBO hit comedy series Insecure, the Hallmark Channel's Home and Family, amongst a few. This soon-to-be 68-year-old is a fitness enthusiast and self-taught chemist in the kitchen. She has been perfecting healthy food that tastes out of this world, which has allowed her to eat and enjoy the meals she loved without the guilt or associated diseases or ailments. The co-owner of Stuff I Eat, a restaurant in the heart of downtown Inglewood, California, Chef Babette shares an array of raw and cooked recipes, including inspirational messages and Chef Babette's delectable delights. Continuing to spread the word of Chef B's delectable delights, she has just completed the dessert book, Cash In on Cashews, the first book in her Crave series, which focuses on the versatility of the amazing cashew nut. You can follow her on Instagram at Chef Babette, Facebook at Babette Davis Official, and her website, chefbabette.com. Please help me give a warm welcome to our guest speaker, Chef Babette.
Good afternoon, family. I feel like it's family now. Can I say family?
Yes.
How's the food? Wonderful? Good. Wait till you taste that enchilada pie. I brought enchilada pie, so save yourself a little space. Also, I was going to do a demo for you guys today, but they didn't let me. It was, who said I couldn't do the demo? No.
Don't look at me.
I'm just teasing. Next time we'll do the demo and I'll show you how to make that enchilada pie. I'm so excited to be here today, and I'm so glad they stopped counting the ums and the ahs. I can actually get through this talk. Anyway, this is what I normally do. I usually like sharing my journey, because it kind of gives you an in-depth look at Chef Babette from whence she came. Because, man, I'm going to tell you, it's been a journey. It's really been a journey. I was born and raised on the east side of LA. Yes, I'm an original east sider. I went to Carver Junior High School and Thomas Jefferson High School. Yay, demos. I had an amazing mother. She worked real hard, really hard, 2 and 3 jobs. That meant she had to board my sister and myself out sometimes. I had a real rough childhood in that I had to live with people that were not always very nice. So that meant during the week while my mother worked her 2 and 3 jobs, Babette was with her godmother, being abused. And then when my stepfather picked me up on Fridays, I had to be home with him, being sexually abused. So it was rough. It was rough for a child. I suffered with asthma, eczema. I couldn't digest my food. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, couldn't breathe. My mother didn't understand. She didn't know what was going on with me. As far as she was concerned, I was allergic to the dust in the carpet. She smoked cigarettes though. She loaded us up with all kind of dairy, ice cream, cookies. I was so addicted to sugar, it just didn't even make any sense. I had no clue. She had no clue that all the milk and the cheese was killing me. I was suffering in so many different ways, and I had nobody to talk to, nobody to tell. I lived with that. And as I got older, that's when I started dating, along with eating terribly. And I never took my time. I never, ever got into a relationship and decided I wanted to be the person's friend first. I just thought, if you like me, let's just hook up. I'm on husband number 4 now. I'm hanging. It's been almost 30 years. I guess I figured it out finally. But yeah, life was real tough for me, and just the illnesses and the addiction to the sugar and itching. My mother was ignorant. She had, and I'd say that in a very loving way, ignorance is ignorance. She had no understanding that you can't put Tiger Balm on eczema, because then you itch and burn. She didn't know. She just wanted to offer some relief to her child who was suffering so much. I became older and I started using drugs. Cocaine was the drug of choice. I was a crackhead. Yeah, I used to crawl around on the floor looking for crack cocaine. Now I only get down on the floor to do push-ups. Basically, I share this with you to say that, yes, I've come from a very long way. It wasn't just the food. It was all of it. It was everything. And then I meet these guys in my life that want to cold cock me, knock me out, or pick me up and body slam me. So, you know what? There's always room for change. I'm okay, y'all. I got through it. I'm okay. And guess what? When I met this guy, he taught me how to eat. So I got through the abuse, I got through the drugs, and then I meet a guy that finally teaches me how to nourish myself. He gave me 3 books. Fit for Life, Volumes 1 and 2 by Harvey and Marilyn Diamond, and The Mucusless Diet Healing System by Professor Arnold Ehret. I wasn't that big a reader, but he was cute. So I was faking it. Happened to get through the first book. And as I began to exercise all of the information that was given to me in this book, poop didn't stink anymore. Didn't have bad indigestion anymore. What about humans taking medication after they eat? What is that? What is that? What is that? What species does that? Medicates after they eat. Why? Why? The doctor never tells you why. They only give you the stuff to take. Just keep eating like you're eating and take medication after you eat. That's sick. I didn't have to do it anymore. I'm telling you, I had such bad indigestion. I always had gas. I'm just going, hey, look, if you got me standing up here, I'm not getting ready to sugarcoat this or make this sound any way but what it is. I had bad gas and I belched louder than anybody on the planet I know. Sometimes some of the earthquakes y'all felt was me belching. Anyway, but so I went through Fit for Life, and then when I read The Mucusless Diet Healing System by Professor Arnold Ehret, I was a genius at that point. Oh, I've been doing it all wrong. I became vegan at age 40. Yes, at age 40. It was the best thing that I'd ever done for myself. And it was purely for selfish reasons. I could have cared less about an animal. I wasn't thinking about no animal. No. And we always had cats and dogs, but they were just cats and dogs. But then as I began to study more and more, I realized, Babette, you're just a tiny part of all of this. All of this. This is your home. This is where you live. This is where we all live. And guess what? We are no better than any other species on this planet. We may be different, but we're no better. And we are responsible to take care. Because we walk upright and we can spew this out of our mouths, we are responsible to do the right thing for our planet home and for every being that we share this planet with. We are responsible. Who else is going to do it? Who else is going to do it? And once I began to understand my connection with the whole, because I can't separate myself from all of it. I'm so sick of people talking about color, white, black, and no, one species. All of us, humans.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah, it's real stupid for us to still be tripping on race. Come on. Really? It doesn't, we're all one in this, y'all. Because when the planet goes, we all go. The planet ain't separating no colors. You get to stay, you yellow. No, we ruin it for every one of us. And so now, yeah, I kissed your baby on top of the head. There was a time I would have never done that. But I understand the connection now. That's the beauty of life. I don't look back at my past and have any regrets. Don't be regretful for me, because I am not. I don't regret not 1 second of what I've been through. I would not be standing here today had I not experienced all of it. It makes me who I am today. No tears. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy that I figured it out so good that I opened a restaurant. Guess what? Girl, sometimes people talk about Babette from the past and then like, restaurant? She can't cook. I wasn't a chef. Self-taught. But the food was good. My husband taught me a lot of what I know, and when we went over to Agape Spiritual Center, and we were there on the parking lot for 6 years, serving our vegan food, and people loving it, block-long lines, and I'm just thinking, this is our market analysis right here. Everybody's loving this food. Walking down the street in Inglewood one day, the doors to Stuff I Eat was open. We went inside, we met the owner, and the rest is history. We had no money. We didn't have any money. Do you hear me? Do not let it stand in your way. Whatever your dream is, you can make it happen. You don't have to have it just in your face. Just do it. And have some tunnel vision. And have a really good reason for doing it. And our reason was to share really good food with the masses and let them know that you can have a fantastic meal and you don't have to eat death. Why do we feel like we have to kill everything we eat? Yeah, they talk about the plants being sentient and but the plants have a season, and that's when I eat them. How long is that orange gonna stay on the tree? Come on now. Well, I'm just supposed to let it rot. No. And an orange is an orange. So while y'all buying all that box stuff, be careful. Because they put some chemicals in some of this boxed up food and you can't even pronounce. I don't even know if we should be eating that stuff. I don't. So just be careful. I just like oranges, apples, cucumbers, greens, black-eyed peas, black beans. All those things, I know what they are. And that is where we have to grow. We have to grow intellectually. We have to understand that if somebody tells, if the U.S. government says it's okay for people to smoke cigarettes that have arsenic in it, how well do you want to trust them? You say it's okay to smoke a cigarette? It's not okay. Especially if it has arsenic in it and you're giving the thumbs up. Why? So no, I don't trust you. I don't trust you to tell me that it's okay. So that is why I choose to eat food that I recognize and that I can say the name. And generally, it only needs to have one name. Not a paragraph or two with ingredients in it that looks like it should be on a can of Ajax. And we don't question it? We just eat it? No. We question everything. And we understand that we don't have to nourish ourselves with death. That is the most important thing. Life begets life, death begets death. Why do you have to kill it to eat it? You don't. So I'm the happy 67-year-old. I'll be 68 December 7th. Yes, I could do a 4-minute plank. Jane, tell him, Jane. Tell him. I don't want to have to pull these little heels off and get down here and do a 4-minute plank. But the point is, because I take care of myself, and I do, movement is key. At 68 years old, I could get down here and not be able to get back up. Maybe I'd have to have a life alert or something. But you want to be able to keep your core tight. You want to be able to move. You want to nourish yourself with the proper foods. You want to be as good to others as you want them to be good to you. It all goes together, y'all. We can't have it one way. And I just went and bought me some brand new makeup. Y'all see I got it all painted up? But you can't be halfway in it. Either you're in it or you're not. I need to know what the makeup is made of. I need to know if they're animal testing with the paint that I put on my face. I need to know this. I can't stand here in front of you and talk this game, and part of mine is shaky. And no, these ain't suede shoes, so don't be tripping. I got that covered. But no, my lifestyle is amazing. The restaurant is amazing. And because of all of you who come and support us, we're still there. We celebrated 10 years, 2018. We started in 2008. I mean, seriously, when we opened the doors, we literally had no tables and chairs. We had 3 bistro tables. They're still there. Chairs need to be covered, so don't judge when you come in there. I promise I'm getting them covered. But the bottom line is we just stayed in it. We didn't give up because we understood what we were doing. We understood that we were bringing a product to a community, number one, that they considered a food desert. And after 10 years, we're still there. You know what? Our advertisement came from Mercy for Animals, BuzzFeed, Jane Unchained. We never paid a dime to advertise. 10 years in Inglewood, no animal flesh? Are you kidding me? You know I had a good product. No, but seriously, you guys, it's been amazing. I'm so excited. I've been to Europe, I've been to Africa, and I'm speaking in all these places. I'm just having myself an incredible time just being a voice for the voiceless. And I love it. I love it because I'm doing such a good work. Now I just got to figure out how I can spend a little bit more time out of the kitchen. But other than that, my life is 100. I can truly say that. And at 68 years old almost, I'm feeling on top of the world. And if I had not become vegan at age 40, I would not be feeling like this. All the girls that I went to school with, beautiful. My sisters, I love them. But a lot of them have issues. A lot of them have challenges. A lot of them are on walkers. You understand? At 68, I'm not supposed to be up here doing this. And I know I didn't do nothing because I can't dance, but what's up with y'all? Come on, you ate and you got lazy or what? Anyway, I appreciate you so much for having me here today. I want you to share the enchilada pie. You're probably all full now.
No, we're
We'll still eat some?
Yes.
Well, Tara took the salsa and the cream sauce for the enchilada pie. I guess she took it home. Yeah. All you have to do is look inside and you pick up the acai sauce and salsa and bring that, and then they can have the enchilada pie, and that'll be great. Thank you, Tara. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for having me. I hope I shared a little bit of my world and you got an insight on who and what Chef Babette is, but know that I love each and every one of you, and it doesn't matter who out there is thinking crazy. Let's think right.
Yes.
And lift us up. Thank you so much, Chef Babette. We're really honored
Audience, anyone want to ask some?
Yes. What are your hours?
We're closed on Mondays. Stuff I Eat is closed on Mondays, but we're open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday from 12 to 6. Friday and Saturday, 12 to 8. Thanks for asking. Yes?
If you were stuck on a desert island and you could only eat one dish, what dish would that be?
If I'm stuck on a desert island?
Well, one dish.
Oh, just a dish. What dish would it be? Let's see. Well, usually, I'm just going to go back with desert. Usually, they have some kind of cactus you can eat. So, I'm all good, Jane. Yes.
Where did you find this great guy?
Oh. So this is what happened.
Tell me.
I literally, you guys, I was in a fish market buying some fish for dinner. And his band member was in the market, and I mentioned to them, oh, I sing. and he was like, well, you should come over to our spot. You know, we rehearse all the time. So when I went over to their spot, I met my current husband, and he just talked and talked and talked, and he is still talking like that. But he was just full of so much information. Now, he was not vegan, but he just had knowledge. And we both transitioned together. I did overnight. When you asked the question, was it difficult? Well, I didn't have that big a problem with giving up animal flesh because it got lodged in my teeth. That was so annoying to me. It just really annoyed me a lot. So I never ate a lot of flesh, but chicken, baby, I could eat chicken any way they prepare chicken, I could eat it. And so both of us transitioned at the same time, and that was in 1990. I married him in 1992. And what is this, 2018? Lord. No. We did a good thing together. We were supposed to be together because we built the restaurant and everything's been great. Yes?
So when you talk about all the ingredients being in the food, what do you think about processed meats, fake meats?
I don't.
All of those ingredients.
We decided that we were not going to do that because once we gave up the flesh, we gave it up. So I didn't need anything in my world to mimic animal flesh. Also, it's so processed. I don't know if the human body really recognizes that as food because it's just so, anytime you can, we're going to start with just wheat gluten. Anytime you can take wheat gluten and make Salisbury steak, crab, shrimp, that's suspect for me because I kind of like to know what I'm eating. That's where I am now. That's where I grew. Yeah. Yes.
Will you sing us a short song?
Oh. But of course, I'll sing you the song to the restaurant. And you guys can learn it. It's a jingle, actually. It's not a song. And I'm going to sing it twice, and then you guys sing it on the third time. Now, how many times am I going to sing it?
Twice.
And when are you guys going to sing it?
Third time.
Anybody sings it on the second? All right, so here goes. Stuff I eat, if you don't want meat, try the stuff I eat. 114 North Market Street in Inglewood, California. Isn't that cute? No! All right, so, second time. And you can, give me some soul, come on. Stuff I eat, if you don't want meat, try the stuff I eat. 114 North Market Street in Inglewood, California. All right, your turn. 114 North Market Street, that's where everybody goofs up. Okay, 2, 3, hit it. Stuff I eat, if you don't want meat, try the stuff I eat. 114 North Market Street. Where? Inglewood, California. Now listen, I used to sing the Star Spangled Banner at the restaurant. But every time I started jumping up in the chair to sing Star Spangled Banner, people started hanging in there. Y'all know I'm lying.
terms of us hitting the tipping point for veganism before our planet is destroyed?
I see things changing. I really do see things changing. And food is tasting better and better. And we have more and more places to go to dine. And we have more and more food available to us online, wherever we want to get it. I do see the change. To be perfectly honest with you, Jane, it becomes such a big planet. And there is so much ignorance all over the planet that we got to be soldiers, man. We got to really put the work into, and at every opportunity you have to speak and share and let people understand what life can be like on a planet where we're not murdering and slaughtering to nourish ourselves with food that will ultimately clog our arteries and make us sick anyway. If we could ever get to that point, I'd feel better. I just don't know, Jane. I don't know, and I want to know. I want to believe that one day we can make this happen, but we just really need to start screaming louder and louder. That's how I truly feel about that. Yes, ma'am.
What would be your first suggestion for someone that wants to transition to a vegan lifestyle?
Well, my first suggestion would be look at the product for what it really is. If I burned myself and it blistered, what's in the blister? Thank you. Who said that? You my girl. So when you stick that chicken in the oven and you pull it out and you cut it open and the stuff that's oozing out of that chicken, what is it? All right now. I don't want to eat nobody else's puss. I don't want to prick my burn and suck it. That's gross. And they lied to you and told you that that stuff oozing out of that animal flesh that's been subjected to that heat is juice. It is not juice. Do not be bamboozled and tricked. It is pus, body fluids, blood, toxins, and whatever else is going on with that animal before they slaughtered it. And that is what you sucking down, talking about juice. No, pus. Just call it what it is. No. So for me, that's all I say. I usually say, well, if you don't mind eating animal pus, do your thing. And most people are like, oh, that's gross. Yeah, it is. But you never think about what you're eating. How often do you think about what you're eating? They tell you it's juice and then you just make a big pot of soup. Chicken pus soup. Be all happy about it. Invite your friends over. Got some chicken pus soup, put some veggies in it. No, we don't want no pus. Yes.
A question about Thanksgiving, and we like to call it Thanks-living.
Yeah.
What are your, what would you say your advice, if you were to advise someone on Thanksgiving as a pre-vegan, what would you suggest besides putting a dead bird on a table and being thankful for something that's dead?
Yeah, well, you know what we do Thanksgiving every year. We have a great day on Thanksgiving, and we do everything but flesh. I do stuffing. I do a raw dish, and I also do the cooked dish. Yeah, the raw is, let me tell you, baby. Because, you know, you can do some cauliflower mashed potatoes, and I do a wild rice stuffing that's out of this world. But then I also do the cooked. So I make the cornbread stuffing, because I grew up with cornbread stuffing. And we do greens, and we have greens every day at the restaurant. So we've made it work for 10 years now. We serve Thanksgiving meal and I make cakes. I never even use egg replacer. I make cakes all the time. Sweet potato pies. You know how many eggs my mother used to put in a sweet potato pie? Child, 12. Oh. She used to make a batch of sweet potato pies, and she'd make her batch, and she'd put a dozen eggs in that mix. Jeez. I don't use an egg. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, come on. But she was ignorant. She didn't know any better. That's the way she was taught. So yeah, you don't have to make a big deal out of Thanksgiving. You just have everything but the flesh. And the pus. Anybody else? Yes.
So if I was going to take...
Oh, you're the cook.
So if I was gonna take a bunch of non-vegans to your restaurant,
Oh, honey, they
so
would have
they're
fun.
used to eating meat and
Oh.
stuff, what were 2 or 3?
Let me tell you, first of all,
Suggestions
soul food dish, that's a big seller. Nut burger, we make them in-house, yes we do. Nut burger, that's a big seller. Enchilada pie, the one that I brought you, big seller.
Okay.
Let me see, I should just probably go down the menu. Kilimanjaro, big seller. Lava burrito, big seller. That's everything on the menu. No.
Is there anything particular for non-vegans that they might be?
You can eat anything in there. It's all like regular food. And most of my customers are not vegan. Seriously. And we did that on purpose. The one thing that my husband, he always says, no, food is about taste and texture. Once you have that, people don't care whether there's flesh on the plate or not. And we maintain that. And it's really a good menu. You guys really should come and people. And bring your non-vegan friends. That's what I love. You bring the ones that are sitting there going, are you kidding me? Anybody? Yes.
Going back to the table topics question, what would be your very short answer to the person who says, oh, I can never give up meat?
Puss. That's always my answer. See, I thought about that. I'm a, what's the word of the day?
Dauntless.
I'm dauntless in using the word puss. No, but really and truly, that's pretty much where I go, because we all do this walk on our own. And I can share with you, but I can't change you. But maybe I can make a suggestion to you that you may think about. Even if you don't think about it right now, you may think about it later, and it makes a difference to you afterwards. So for me, if somebody told me that I had to suck on pus, that would just change my mind. So that's my word, pus. Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, my girl.
So I'm wondering, do you have a number in mind of how many people you might have actually changed from eating?
Girl, if I change one, I'm like the preacher in church on Sunday. If I change one soul, I've done my work. I don't know, but I'm going to keep talking
How about
until...
your family and friends, like your close family?
I have my son, Brooke, is vegan now. He was stuck on the cheese, but he had to go to the hospital for the second time and stay almost a week because of his tonsils. That was a wrap for him. My daughter is vegan now. So let's see, that's out of how many kids we got? Yes, only 2 of them. No. It's challenging. I have one daughter that I wish she would become vegan. But in her own time. That's the thing. People walk this walk and they make changes when they realize they really need to make them. And all we can do is put the message out there. That's basically all we can do, is just share the information and be strong in our conviction that the wrong way to eat is through killing, and the right way to eat is eating life. And you can only just say that over and over and over again, But we have to keep saying it, you guys. We have to say it, because what else is going to happen? Look at what happened with the storm. Remember in North Carolina, we lost all those animals because of selfishness. Humans just, I don't know. We got to get over this. We act so unevolved, and it's painful. It really is painful, because we should be better than this in so many different areas. Yeah, we should just do a big old giant group hug right now. Just getting this group hug thing coming on. But anyway, if you guys are done with me,